First. Sophie?
Congratulations today. That must be a perfect game and win after the frustrations, I guess, this week.
Yeah, I mean, a perfect game would have been a clean sheet, but I think considering none of us really slept Wednesday night and we've been in hotels since last weekend, I think it was a tremendous response from the whole squad. They know that my aim has been to build a team this year where we could move seamlessly between games. And so I've been doing some different things in coaching to make sure everybody's even more readied. And I really, really enjoyed the game. I enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. I enjoyed, of course, the young guns, but I was really pleased for Sophie and Maren, who guided the ship. And Sophie to be a record breaker is a real testament to what she's done in the game. And Maren, who can come in cold like that and produce a brilliant performance, really happy all round.
I guess when you could bring in 6 new faces from midweek, that actually shows that progress that you've made, that it is teams.
Yeah, there's no moaning either. Everyone's getting on with it, and if they're not in the team, of course there's disappointments, but they're right at it in training, and that for me I think is the biggest difference so far this year. We haven't won anything, we just won a game. But in terms of performance and chances created and our general attacking play, I'm responsible for the attacking play of the team, and I'm really happy to see the team carry out the ideas we've been working on and can see we're growing in confidence.
Can I just have a word on Aggie as well? Because
Yeah.
not really happening. She scored her goal today, and that's a really special moment for her.
I mean, she leaps like a salmon. She really does. She's exceptional in the air, and I knew the minute it left LJ's boot, I knew it was going in. She's so good in the air, and she's got so much threat and predatory instinct. She's a goal scorer. Even if playing out wide, I'm not sure where she'll end up, whether she'll be a 9 or out wide, probably somewhere in between. But the fact that she can do both, really, really happy for her today. You can see how happy she was.
Thanks, Sophie. Dan, next, please.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sum up Lauren James' performance in words.
The work Lauren did out of possession was outstanding. The way she back pressed, the way she counter pressed, the way she shut off the pitch in the right moments. She dominated her duels. She did it for 90 minutes. She, I think, was selfless in her work. I thought was outstanding. I think her forward play was unstoppable, but she got herself into such great positions because of the work she did for the team off the ball.
What did you say to her after? I know when I was watching on the TV, you were having a bit of a word in her ear. So what did you say to her?
I'm not going to tell you. It's between us.
Just in terms of the result, obviously the scoreline, scoring goals at Stamford Bridge. What's that going to do for the European games that are coming up?
I just like the way we're playing at the minute. I said I think we're dominating the ball completely in all phases. I think we look confident in our decision making. Our execution is improving. I thought our execution in the final third was better today than it was Wednesday. I thought we were clinical. I don't know the XG for the game, but I felt like every time we got in behind we were going to score.
Any more? Ivan?
I'd like to ask the last one because someone else might actually first, but what's it like to almost get through a press conference when all the focus has been on you recently? So actually to get back to a press conference where it's just about the team and about Chelsea?
Well, the good news is the minute you put it back to me, I would decline it anyway. So that's done with, and hallelujah, we can talk about team. I'm a team player, so on so many levels. Listen, you guys know I'd rather be honest with you rather than leave things lingering, but I'm sure you can appreciate. I want to focus on Chelsea and let's talk about the team, and it certainly didn't distract them. And that's what I care about, is that they're focused, and they just showed throughout the week what a winning machine we are.
Glenn, next please.
Yeah, just on
Okay.
Aggie, she scored a couple of goals
Yeah.
coming in for the left-hand side in recent games. Obviously, there she's on the right-hand side, and again scored a different type of goal. And you mentioned playing in the middle.
Yeah.
Is that versatility? I mean, it's obviously a blessing from a managerial point of view. Is it sometimes a bit of a curse for a player because they don't really they can sometimes get shifted in places? Or
I don't think it's a curse. Do you think it's been a curse for Neve Charles?
worked out quite well so far.
Do you think it's been a curse for Jess Carter? You get my point. Do you think it's been a curse for Erin Cuthbert? What do you think they've added to their locker as a result of that first versatility? I think Aggie is a stretch player. She wants to get in behind. So that might indicate that 9 will be a top position. But when to hold a position, when to stretch. For me as a 9, I don't think she has those qualities just yet like Sam and Mia does. However, she's good at getting in the pocket. She's good at going 1v1. Pressing. Sam Kerr is the world's best number 9 from a pressing position. The timing, when to do it, when not to do it, the speed at which she does it. Mia and Aggie have a lot to learn in that area. So when we talk about it's going to be in one area, I think sometimes we don't consider all the facets you need in every area of your game. I think she's got it in terms of goals, and she's got it in terms of predatory instinct inside the box. But all the other parts, when the striker sets the tone for the team, at this tender stage of her career, it's better for the team for her to be in that area. England, I think, they see her playing out wide. I see her in between, so I'm not sure yet. But if she trains like she is, if she's focusing on all the details with her analysis, if she listens to Denise, especially with the defending, and she does, she's a great kid, she's Chelsea mad, I think she'll have a huge future.
Which I guess is, because you picked up with Lauren, the first thing you pointed out was her off-the-ball work, which doesn't come, obviously, naturally as on-the-ball work. I guess, and he's made you more pleased with that, perhaps, than the attacking stuff.
You don't win 5-1 by just scoring goals. Our defending from the front this year has been really good. I think we're improving with that, and every player's understanding, then application of that is improving. You know, it's one thing to have 10 or 11 players that do it, to now have 20 odd players that are getting better with that. It makes it easier to make changes. But everybody is training and playing as us in the training week. So everybody's prepared. I don't think you'll find a player in there who'll say, we're not prepared. Every player knows their role. They know their responsibilities. They know the expectations. And they've been drilled. And we're starting to see the benefits, I think, of a really good start to the season. But it is just that, like, I've been here before. I've been in chasing positions before. It is just the start. There's no trophy on the line just yet.
Thanks, Glenn. Charlotte, and then we'll come to the front, please.
You're the brightest one in the room, Charlotte, with that orange. Someone's got to be with this dull day. Good.
Indeed, with that then. You spoke about Lauren off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
On the ball, though, I find her take back is so short but creates such power. Is that taught or is that natural? You know.
Oh, yeah, no.
For years.
It's gifted. That's natural. Couldn't give her those things. She's the most naturally gifted footballer in the country. She does things with very little backlift. You know, it's almost like she's getting it out of her feet. But I said to her in the first half, because she kept cutting inside, going back post, I saw the goalkeeper cheating and said the front post is there. But she said the defender was blocking that way. Lauren is a really, really intelligent footballer. Like, forget the technical piece, she's really intelligent. I think she knows she's got the ability to finish in and around the penalty area. I think sometimes she doesn't realise how powerful she is, and sometimes just get it on target, you're good enough. You don't need to actually put any more leather into it. She don't understand that. She's like, I'm just hitting it quite normally. But finessing her finishing is a challenge I've set for her. And yeah, I'm really happy for her this week.
You also speak about 4 a.m, not much sleep, 1:30 kickoff. You know, there's so much detail into nutrition,
Yeah.
conditioning. Do you think players in the Premier League and the WSL need some
Yeah.
You know, you're playing the evening in Madrid and then a midday kickoff.
I mean, it's really hard. I'm sure they've lots of Premier League teams will have that in terms of, you know, you can monitor certain things with Aura rings in terms of sleep qualities and REM, deep sleep, all of that stuff. And you can put all the best strategies in the world in place. Like you get home at 4 o'clock in the morning, don't get me wrong, you won't struggle to fall asleep. They can lay in bed all day to get up to a baby that was, you know, take him to school. So that screws a night's sleep on the first night. And then, of course, you go to bed the second night thinking, of course I'm going to go to sleep early. And guess what happens? No one does. In fact, this week the staff didn't sleep, but the players did. They had fantastic sleep because we could monitor that with their Aura rings. Last night, everyone slept. It was early nights for everyone. And sleep, for me, we can talk about nutrition, is important. I'd put sleep at the top of the important things in the recovery process because it allows your brain to wash and get fresh. And in a game that's full of high-level decisions all of the time, it's your brain you need the most. So we have a lot of people in the background. We have Georgie Brumvell, who does a lot of work. The players in our medical and performance team who are spot on to make sure that we're in the best place possible. And as much as you get accustomed to it, it does 3 games in 6 days. Of course, I'm going to hammer TV and the league today because I feel like nobody really understands how hard that is to do. In fact, you guys know, you've been travelling with us for 3 games in 6 days. I feel like we're the only team in Europe, and yet we're the only association that doesn't help its team in Europe. Spain do, France do, Germany do, but we don't. And that for me is like disappointing, working against ourselves, because to your point, Charlotte, there's a rule in place that says, oh, you can put a TV game at 1:30 on a Saturday because they've had 2 days. There's 2 days between games. But they're not factoring the fact that we're getting in at 4:30. And why are we getting in at 4:30? Because there's still drug testing, so you can't leave early, because actually people don't pee quickly after games. So it's never really 2 full days. You're like a zombie on that first day. And the second day, it's about just getting your legs moving. I accept it. It's coming up again. I think in December, I think we play the Bristol-Hecken situation, 3 and 6 games again. But all I'm asking is, like, don't we want an English team to try and progress in Europe? Like, it's hard enough. And the rest of Europe look at us and think their league don't even help them. And I know Jonas made this point last year. Like, I think it's something we should seriously look at. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change it because broadcasting say there's 2 games in between, therefore get on with it. But don't you think it's a little bizarre that we're the only team that's played on Wednesday and we're the first team to play on Saturday, having played Sunday night away from home last week? Like, I don't know.
Just lastly, thank you for that. I really enjoyed
Yeah, well, that's the clickbait one I want. So you know it by now, don't you?
Have you got an update on Millie Bright, who was in the squad today?
Yes, because of 3 and 6 days. She's not injured. She'll be back Thursday. I took a decision from a loading perspective, particularly with the surgery she'd had pre-World Cup. Then played a World Cup, had 2 weeks off, been playing. I know she's playing again. I took the decision to offload her from her knee. Yeah, she don't like it. She would want to be running around out there, but I have to protect her against herself today. Thanks.
Come down to the front, please.
Just on following the same sort of tune, the one sort of, I guess, I hesitate to say positive, because obviously 3 games in 6 days is a lot, but you spoke about building that rhythm within the team, and I certainly feel that rhythm and the intensity is really building now, you can see it. So is the one small positive of that, the amount of games, obviously it's too much, but is that small positive in there for you?
Yeah, we love it, really. It's not that we don't. We just really want to progress in Europe too. And when you're playing against a team that's got 3 extra days rest, it does matter. Plus, of course, you give them, some good officials. makes it difficult. But yeah, momentum's great. The players would prefer not to listen to me and coach training every day. They'd prefer to do this every 3, maybe 4 days.
Hi Emma, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
So international coaching means playing in some of the largest stadiums around the world.
Mhm.
I just want to know if you'll miss the intimacy of Kingsmeadow.
I mean, you know, this long procession of 7 months and these questions, I think it's fair to say I am looking forward to every game at Kingsmeadow, as I am Stamford Bridge, as I am every game we play this year, and I am not even thinking about anything else other than, you know, these games.
Last one from Sandra. Thank you.
Congrats on the win, Emma. Just wanted to ask, going back to some of what you were saying in terms of scheduling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just in terms, I mean, do you hope that the new TVs will be an opportunity to at least attempt to try and address this, or, you know, given the growing interest and the, you know, number of parties that might be coming to try and, you know, get the rights, that it might be challenging?
Yeah, I think so. You know, so most people are going to say it happens in the men's game. It does. In fact, broadcasters and league organisers alike don't really understand it. They don't understand the dangers for some players. Take Millie Bright, for example. I could play her in the game today, but at what cost? Then all of a sudden England need to qualify for the Olympics in a week's time, and everyone, you know, could you know, give us criticism on that. Like, it's about player welfare. It's not about Chelsea, it's about player welfare. And I think in an ideal world, those making those decisions have former players or former athletes in that decision-making process to really appreciate that it's not as easy as everybody thinks.
Back on that, if you took the decision out of the broadcasters, their remit, they can't actually make a decision, but it, WSL, in terms of the broadcast rights, actually say, right, you cannot do this, put it in that one. Would that help?
I mean, I don't care how they do it. I don't know what the rules are within that. Just asking to think about player welfare, men's and women's football.
Cool. Should we leave it there? Thanks very much.
Oh, thank God, no more press conferences this week. I feel like I've had 50 of them.